Hi chefs, I'm Katie. Thanks for joining me on this day that is today as we play some single-player Overcooked 2, The Unbread Have Risen on the Nintendo Switch. I'll be taking you through each of the levels, showing you my tips, tricks, and strategies for breezing through 3 stars. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Alright, now let's get cooking. Today's level is 1-4. We'll have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to score 340 points for 3 stars. We'll be making 2 kinds of sushi today, one with fish and one with cucumbers. My strategy for this level is to have one of the chefs chopping at all times, if possible, while the other chef tends to the rice and prepping the plates. Although one chef will try to be chopping whenever possible, both chefs will rotate based on the efficiency and positioning at the time. All of the ingredients are located in the upper left cove, while the chopping station is to the right of it. Rather than walking the ingredients to the chopping station, we're just going to throw some over the counter. When you do this, make sure to throw the ingredients through the bamboo sticks or move the fire extinguisher so that your food doesn't bounce off of it and hit you in the face. In the beginning, you won't know which ingredients you'll need, so we just tossed a few of each so that we're set for the near future. Also, please notice the kitchen has some moving gray floor tiles. These are just like the moving sidewalks you can find in some airports. We'll need to be extra mindful about our movements while on these sidewalks so that we don't end up on the other side of the kitchen. Due to the moving sidewalk, I utilized the throwing mechanism a lot in this round to avoid accidentally moving. If you can throw the rice onto the sidewalk, it can be carried to the end, conveniently located by the pots. However, if you miss, best case scenario, it lands on the counter by the sidewalk. Worst case, you hit your chopper, causing them to stop chopping. Along with tossing the ingredients over the counters and to the other side of the kitchen, I also find throwing the rice into the pots on this particular level to be useful in shaving off time. If you're still working on your aim, feel free to just run up and place the rice in the pot. Due to some unfortunate rice timing, I had to rotate my chefs around the kitchen, which didn't leave anyone chopping. I also had one of my chefs run backwards on the sidewalk to plate some seaweed. It would have been better for my dude to keep chopping while the other chef, who was doing the dishes, managed the seaweed so that no one had to be slowed down fighting the sidewalk. One thing I do like about the sidewalks is that you can often plate a fish as you're gliding by. It can feel a little tricky though, so make sure to walk against the flow of the sidewalk just a little bit to make sure you're in place long enough to pick back up the fish. Once again, we only have 4 plates to work with, so it's important that we keep up on washing the dishes. Out of the first standard 6 levels, for some reason this one gave me the most trouble. I think it had something to do with the moving sidewalks affecting the precision of my joystick. We managed to deliver a few meals in a row right before they dropped in customer satisfaction. The 3 rectangles at the top of each order in the upper left corner show you how happy the customer is. If the bar drops to the second rectangle or becomes yellow, you know that your customer isn't happy with the wait time, which will usually end up with a smaller tip. As I was washing the dishes, I noticed we didn't have any rice going and that our upcoming customers were getting a little hangry, so I had to abandon the dishes to get the rice going. When I notice small things that I should have done differently in a game, they tend to make me a little stressed, which is why it suddenly became so difficult for me to put the rice in the pots. One thing I do love about this level is the atmosphere. I love the neon lights and the dark vibes, plus the hot pink trees outside are my favorite. They're like eccentric little animated cherry trees. Because we took so long getting the rice cooking, the remainder of our customers became increasingly frustrated. Although we still earned a tip on all of the meals, each meal earned $20 in tips instead of the 32 we made earlier in this level. That's a difference of 48 points we lost because of time management. Although it didn't hurt us this time, you can see why it's important to deliver meals at peak customer satisfaction. Finally, we'll spend the last 5 seconds dancing around because there's nothing more we can do but party. Woohoo! We delivered 10 orders, earning us 600 points with 200 tips, and failed to fail an order for a total of 800 points. If you found this useful, make sure to check out the rest of the series where I tackle all of the other levels. I'm working on increasing the rate at which these videos come out, but I'm afraid to commit to specific release days, so until I do, please enjoy these random surprises. Until next time, bye!